Welcome to Candy Claw's nail channel. Today we're going to be doing stiletto nails. Now, I already got some pre-made stiletto nails, and these are press-ons. However, they were sort of rounded at the end, so I'm going in with the drill right now, and I'm making them a tad bit pointier, so that way they look sleeker. Afterwards, we're going to go in with a file to make sure that the ends are not jagged. So this is to get the overall basic shape and to get the nail to be pointier than it was. You can see from the other nails on the nail stand that I have that they are fairly round for a stiletto nail. Now I have a magnetic stand that I'm using right now, so it's easy for these to come off. So if you need to, you can just pull it off. If you don't want to work with it being crowded on the stand, so you can just work on them individually. Sometimes I like working on the stand because it keeps it a little bit steadier. But I'll show you these nails and then we'll go on to filing. So now we're just going to go in, make sure that they are just not jagged, smooth, all even. Just like this. All right. So we have our claws. Now we're going to have our Beetles Gel Nail Polish Foundation. I love this nail polish. It's really great. It stays on for a very long time. And they come in a variety of different colors. Now what you want to do is just make sure that you coat the nails evenly, make sure you don't miss any spots. This nail polish can tend to be a little thick, so make sure that you don't load a lot onto the brush, and a little goes a long way. So I finished my first 5 nails. I'm curing them for 60 seconds under my UV light. Now I'm going to get started on my second set of 5. And again, we're just going in with the Beetles Foundation Gel Polish. All right, so first set cured, second set curing. Now we get to pick color. So I'm gonna go with an ocean theme. So we're gonna do blues and whites. The first color that we are going to pick out, again, Beetles Gel Nail Polish, and it is color 258. Sort of like a light teal. All right, and what we'll be doing, or what I'm going to do, so that way we can show you, is we're gonna do a vertical ombre on the first nail, which is the thumbnail. Now, the goal for this is to have your polish heavier on the edge of the nail and have the nail polish become thinner as you go to the middle. And you're gonna do the same with your opposite contrast color on the other side. So that way in the middle, when they meet, they create a lighter shade of both colors combined. So basically you're creating a whole new shade in the middle to make it appear like it's a gradient. Now off camera, you'll see me, my polish brush disappear. I have a paper towel off screen, so you can wipe off excess paint, so that way you can get it as thin as possible in the middle. The second contrast color that I'm going to be using is 257. It's a darker blue. I thought it would pair up good with this light blue. If you're going to do an ombre, I feel like it's better to get colors that contrast each other, so that way the gradient effect is a little bit more noticeable. If you get two similar colors, it might just look like one color. It would be harder to notice that it's blended in the middle. All right, so going heavier on the edge. lighter in the middle, trying to make it look seamless. And it's okay if you mess up. You can just go in with the other color if you go too far on one side and just paint over. See? So it's kind of blended right there. You can kind of see how it looks like it's transitioning. But I'm going to go in and try and make it look appear a little bit more like that. So I wiped off excess paint and I just want to go in the middle and try and blend it as much as possible. And now I'm going to go in with the other color because I went too far over. And we just want it to be as best as it could be. All right. I feel like it is sufficient. And so because they're individual nail stands, the bottom of my UV light is also magnetic. So I just cure it for 60 seconds. Now this Beetles nail polish is a white color. I believe it was 363, I'm sorry, or 393. 363, I'm so sorry. And what I'm going to do on the second nail is I'm going to do a marbling effect. So I'm going to do the white, the lighter blue, and the darker blue. I was contemplating a fourth color, but I thought let's just stick with the three. And then once you dab your dots of polish on there, you want to just go normally in an S shape to create the marble effect. But if you want to get, a little spunky, you can just do whatever lines you want to do. You can even make it look like tie-dye if you want, depending on how you swirl the polish on there. And if you need to apply more because you think that you blended it too much, it's possible for the colors to mix and it doesn't give you the marbling effects. Just dab a little bit more polish on there and continue to swirl. Now I have clear nails on these stands, so you have to make sure that you're getting all of the nail covered. So you'll see me go on the edges like right here and kind of scribble it in just to make sure that it's filled. My main focus is the top of the nail to make sure that it looks appealing, and then the edges, I just want those to be seamless as well. And I noticed that a little bit my colors blended at the top, so I want to make them a little bit more noticeable with the marbling. So I'm going to add a little bit more color and swirl again. Now, if you have excess polish, if there's too much polish on the nail, with both of your fingers, you can just wipe down the side of the nail and then, wipe your hands off on like a paper towel or something and keep repeating that until it looks like the sufficient amount of polish is on the nail. And then after you're done marbling, we're also going to cure in the UV light for 60 seconds. Okay, so our first nail is done. And now our second nail is also done with the power of video editing. You can kind of see the marbling. You'll be able to see it more at the end, but you kind of get the idea of what we're trying to accomplish. All right, now, third nail, we're also going to do an ombre, but we're going to do not the same colors. So I'm going to go in with, yes, the same dark blue, but I'm going to contrast it with the white that we used in the marbling. And you're going to use the same technique. Try and go thicker at the edge, thinner towards the middle. You want it to look as seamless as possible, just like a gradient. And it's super fun, especially if you love painting. And I love the way that the blue contrasts with the white. I'm already starting to get wavy vibes, like I'm at the ocean. Maybe somewhere tropical. So these have to be perfect. So you see I got a little bit too much of the dark on the white side, so I can just go back in with the white and even it out. It's okay. All right, it is looking pretty blended. And we're gonna cure it for 60 seconds. Now, fourth nail, also gonna do marbling just with the same colors. This time I'm gonna put dots everywhere as opposed to just putting dots on the end like I did for the other marble nail, just so I have equal colors throughout the entire nail. So we're just gonna dot everywhere. And we're gonna swirl. Remember, S shapes or figure eights. And the tool I'm using, it's just a nail dotter. So you can also use it for dots. And they come in different sizes. I feel like in the future I want to get a bigger one. I feel like if I had a bigger dotter, maybe the swirls would have came out a little bigger. But I like the way that these ended up turning out too. Now we're just gonna clean up the edges, make sure everything is covered, and cure for 60 seconds. Voila. Our other nail is done curing. Our marble is curing. One nail to go. Now for these colors, so we did light blue, dark blue, white, or like a creamy color. For this last nail, let's see. Oh, and this one is done curing. So we're gonna put this beautiful marbled specimen back on the stand. And we are going to use the colors of, let's see. We did light blue, dark blue, marble, dark blue, white, marble. And so what we'll do now is we're gonna do the white or creamy color with the light blue. I feel like those would go good together. So that way the ombre nails are not the same ombre. Give it a little bit of a pop. And just a tip of advice, if you want to have your toes match, you don't have to necessarily do the same exact design on your toes as well. You can just pick one of the colors in this scheme and it'll match. So you could just do your toes the cream color or the light blue or the dark blue, or you can alternate if you're feeling funky. All right, so now with this pinky nail, same technique. Thicker on the edges, lighter in the middle, make it appear as seamless as you can. Practice makes perfect. All right, just a little bit more there. And cure for 60 seconds. You also want to follow this up with a matte or just normal top polish. I also use Beetle's top polish. I went ahead and did that off camera and cured it for 60 seconds, and this is the final product for your beach experience nails. Now, these could really just go with anything. They also could remind you of the sky. So sky or ocean. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked what I did here, or if you want to know more or see something different, let me know. Please subscribe to my page and like the video. Thank you, you guys. Baby.